Robin, you know what? We're gonna go live any second now. Who do you want to do a shout out to?
Oh, shout out to my husband, David Rosenhaus.
Oh my gosh. Well, David Rosenhaus, welcome to the show. Here we go. Guys, by now you know that I am excited to have our guest on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today we've got Robin Jonna Rosenhaus. She's a 15-year veteran energy expert, author, and creator of the Juno Method. She helps driven business owners keep their energy clear and clean so they build their businesses and manifest in a fraction of the time without burning out. I need to know all about that. Robin, how are you?
I am great, and I'm so happy to be here, Michael.
Awesome. 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 Tell me about this burnout. Like you have people just coming to you that are just, I'm done with this. Tell me about how does that happen?
Yeah. I mean, when you run a business, it takes a lot out of you. And so they come to me where they have no more time for their family. They have done all the things, all the bright, shiny, newest, latest marketing things, and hired the coaches and all of that. And they're exhausted because they can only reach a certain period, like a certain level, and then they can't seem to get any further. So
Yeah.
they come to me.
And what size businesses are these people usually? Are they like independent people or are they?
I work with anywhere from independent to small businesses, like where they have maybe up to 10 employees. That's
Mhm.
my sweet spot.
That's awesome. So, so you do things like clearing energy, manifesting, changing mindsets. Out of those things, what is the most important thing that you start with? Yeah, I mean, somebody comes and they are just beat down. They've been doing the basically not 40-hour, 50, 60, or 70-hour work weeks. We're talking 80-hour work weeks.
Yeah, 80-hour work weeks. It's really case specific. A lot of times I do have to start with the mindset work, or at least discovering where their mindset is.
Hmm.
This way we can start talking about other ways of looking at things. If you keep looking at things through the same lens, you're never going to be able to see the opportunities and resources that are sitting right in front of you that
Gotcha.
could really help you.
Gotcha. And so you do this by helping them clear their energy fields and stuff?
Yep. Yep.
Gotcha. How do you know when someone's got like a messed up energy field and they're just not having a bad day or something?
Well, that's a big thing. A bad day is just a bad day. And when your energy field is messed up, it's consistent, it's kind of constant. It's one thing after another. It's
Okay.
constantly getting, the wrong employees and attracting the wrong um, clients and things like that.
Yeah. That's actually super key. You're right. Like that energy just keeps attracting the wrong people to them, right?
Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
and so you start with just clearing that out, or do you start with talking with them? How do you start this whole
We
process?
start with a conversation. We talk about where they are right now in their business, what they've tried, where they're looking to get to. And then during that conversation, I'll get intuitive hits and also just regular clear, flags, red flags that are showing up, that that I'm just so used to seeing, I guess you would say,
Right.
you know.
And so you work a lot with mindset too, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, mindset is huge.
Yeah.
Mindset is huge.
So if there was one thing that you had to tell people, it's what like their mindset. What's the number one mindset shift that they need to make to stay in the energetic
The
alignment with you?
the number one mindset shift to make is whatever it is that you desire, it's already here. So if you have a problem, that means the solution exists to that problem. It has to. Everything is created in the universe as a whole, and our mindset and our energy is what will keep us focused only on the problem, only on what you don't have yet. So when you can remember that everything is made as a whole, everything you
Hmm.
want is already here, even if it's only in the energetics. If there's a problem, the solution is already here. That alone helps really make a huge, huge difference.
Talk about that again. Just emphasize that because even with I talk to so many people and I hear this and I feel it and I'm going like, how do I let the negativity go? How do I make something happen? And the thing is, a lot of times I can make it happen, but or it happens because it's there. How do you get people to make that mindset shift so they go, all right, the business that I want to build is there, the love that I want is there, the people that I want to be around are there. How do you get them into that mode?
Well, I start by reminding them that just the fact that you have the desire, it means that it's here. Just simply, it's even if it's just in the form of the idea, you have the desire, so it already exists in that energetic level. And then what we need to do is do troubleshooting basically to figure out where it is you're not aligned so that, right now it's still in the idea and you want to make it manifest. You want to actualize it in the physical world. So
Okay.
we go through kind of a troubleshooting process, I guess you could say.
So give me an example of somebody you've worked with and they wanted something and you helped manifest and you don't have to use names or anything. Just give me like, an
Oh
idea of how this
man,
works.
there's so many. One of my favorite clients came to me. This is from years ago. She came to me and she was in her early 40s or something to that, around that age at that time. And she swore that there was absolutely nobody out there, no partner for her out there. She went through the gamut of every kind of bad relationship that you can think of. And we went through coaching and we went through energy work. And I'm not going to pretend it took a day or
Uh-huh.
even a week. There was a lot of mindset shifts we had to make, a lot of trauma that had to be cleared. But she's now happily married,
Gotcha.
and living in the house of her dreams and running the business of her dreams. All the things she swore she couldn't have and do, she's got them.
How
She's
much
got
does
them.
like, with her, how much of that was mindset? How much of it was emotion? How did those two things play together? Are they the same thing?
They play together because they go back and forth. So emotions, let's talk about that for a second.
Okay.
We're an energetic being. Like our body is made up of energy. This has been proven by science, right? We know our heart has an electrical system, our brain works with an electrical system, and it puts out a vibration or a frequency. But studies have now shown that your heart actually picks up the vibration and the frequency of the people around you, of your environment. And that pattern gets sent to your brain.
Okay.
And then your brain goes through its files, looks for that pattern, matches it as close as possible, your subconscious, and then sends it to your conscious mind and says, this is fear, this is panic, this is love, this is joy. Okay, so
Okay.
so that's one piece of it. We're picking up on energy of people, places, and things around us. And then that hits the mind. And then the mind is like, okay, it's been identified. And the minute that your mind identifies it, like that whole program starts running, right? So if it's fear or panic or loss of hope, there's going to be this kind of loop that happens, the thought loop going down into the emotional loop going back into the thought loop, and you get stuck in these feelings of hopelessness or fear. Or it can be joy or
Yeah.
fun, right? But that's where everything starts. So the mindset and the emotions are very much tied together. However, we all talk about thoughts create things, right?
Right.
Thoughts are not as strong from oh, see, I thought I had everything set.
It's me calling you.
Yeah, right? I turned
It's
everything to
me.
silence. I apologize. Um, so the thoughts, what happens is they produce an electrical field,
Hmm.
but so do your emotions. And the emotions electromagnetic field, I always have to say that slow,
Right.
is 5,000 times stronger than the frequency put out by your thoughts, by your mind.
So you're saying the heart.
The heart, where the which is what produces the emotional energetic field.
Hmm.
It's
So when people want to manifest something, are they manifesting it by thinking about it, or are they thinking by manifesting it by feeling about it?
They want to do both, but it's the dominant emotions that are going to have the greatest energetic impact.
Gotcha.
The thoughts are what tells your mind where to focus.
Okay. And so if you're working with somebody, your first thing you have to do is get their thoughts. Oh, well, actually, I'm not sure about that. Is the first thing you have to do get their emotions in line or get their thoughts in line?
I usually will get their thoughts in line first because
Okay.
then it's easier to get their emotions in line because then their thoughts aren't fighting the feelings.
Okay. And then what about the actual like body? Is like if you're uncomfortable with like maybe you've got your wrist is broken or you feel bad about your health or something like that, is that part of all the stuff you work with also?
It is. It is to a degree. I'm not one of those healers who are really great at doing actual like physical healings. My stuff is more emotional. So when somebody has that type of issue, I'll work on healing the energetic emotions associated with the illness or the injury or something like that.
Gotcha. And when you get to that part where you're doing the actual healing, you now are connecting the heart and the brain and the emotions and the mindset all together to produce whatever it is that they're looking for in their life.
Right, right.
Awesome.
And making sure it's all aligned with their actions as well.
That is a lot of work.
Yeah.
That is a lot of work.
You know what? It sounds like it, but I've been doing this for so long that the stuff that we can clear in a 30-minute conversation is amazing. It's mind-boggling still even to me.
Uh, do people come back to you multiple times for different things, or do you have
Oh yeah.
sessions for like, one problem and I'm working on it for like 5 or 10 sessions?
What I do, especially when I'm working on business, is I basically require them to sign up for 6 months.
Okay.
And then we do one session a month.
Okay.
And so I'll work on whatever comes up first in that conversation. That's usually the top of mind stuff. And, we have the conversation. And then what happens is they leave. I go and get into, we'll call it a meditative state, connect with their energy. And I actually record the clearing. I do the clearing without them being there.
You mean like you record it on audio,
On
audio or
audio,
video?
yeah, on audio. I do it on audio.
Mhm.
I record the clearing, I tap into their problems, I neutralize the energy, and then I also get sometimes different types of information, maybe more mindset shifts for them to make, or a reminder of something that happened in their past, and then
Okay.
clear that as well. And
So
then
they're able to take those recordings and listen to them again and again and again.
yeah, I have them listen to it for 30 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of results people come back and say what to you after they've listened?
Well, it's interesting. One of my clients was I just came off of COVID, and so I was looking at my emails from some clients, and it was amazing because I was sick, and they were sending me emails about who's doubled their income with fewer clients. Right? Somebody else has media opportunities. I posted about it on Facebook, and one of my other clients is like, somebody out of the blue just signed up with her, somebody she's never heard of before from one of her bigger packages. So
That,
it makes things easier.
that is awesome. That's really really amazing. I think you and I talked about the type of clients that you have, and they're not the ones that necessarily go out and are working with the psychics and the witches and everyone else, but they're more kind of under the radar, right? So
Yeah, the under the radar woo, I called them. Yeah.
that is fabulous. The under the radar woo. So.
Yeah, I mean, I have some doctors
Mhm.
who come to me and they don't want it known that they have an energy worker in their back pocket, you know.
Yes.
Just
Well, it's kind of interesting because we look at the fields of investigation or reporting or um, more of these fields where you have to go out and you have to get clues, right? And it's no problem for like the police agency to go out and say, you know what, we've tried everything. Let's go find a psychic that will work with us, right?
yeah, yeah. I have
Typically, you're
a friend who does that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I do. I do.
yeah,
I
but
do.
usually your lawyers and your doctors, they're like, you know what, they're kind of waiting for me to use my schoolwork, not my woo work.
Exactly, exactly. There's
Yeah.
this whole little group of both of doctors and attorneys who all come to me, and it's like they whisper it among themselves, but they don't like anybody talk about it to anybody else.
I think that's awesome. I mean, the fact is that means that for them it's working,
Yeah,
and they just don't want other people coming down on them because of whatever it is that they believe.
yeah,
And I have to say, one of the things I want a funny way of looking to do is be able to bring these subjects to life, so that at least people can talk about them, right?
yeah,
They can
yeah,
talk about things, and then hopefully be able to talk a little bit louder and a little bit louder, and the world gets to be a better place.
for sure. I
So
agree.
I think that's what you're doing.
Thank you.
So if people want to get in touch with you, this is really, really important because you need people to get in touch with you, and I want people to get in touch with you. So you've got your website,
Yep, Robin J. Rosenhaus.
robinjrosenhouse.com. That's one good way to get in touch with you. You've also got Facebook, and you've got a business Facebook here, Robin Jonna Rosenhaus Biz. And you say the best way to get in touch with you is actually through your personal Facebook, right?
Yep, yep.
Okay. Well, we will make sure that I'm going to leave that up there so people can just soak it in. Matter of fact, if you're online right now, go over to Robin's Facebook page and take a look at it right there. Robin J. Rosenhaus. And for all you guys listening on uh, one of the podcasts that are out there, it's Robin, Robin, the letter J, and Rosenhaus, Rosenhaus. And check her out. It's awesome. Robin, I'm going to ask you one more thing. If you were going to sum up what you do for people and what they can get out of it and how they'll feel. Tell us that, and then we're gonna blaze out of here.
Mm, really, what I do for people is I help them to get out of their heads so that they can have and get what they want faster and easier than before.
Hmm.
That's really it, because when you get them out of their heads and they recognize the truth about themselves, then the blocks, the beliefs, all of that goes away, the energy aligns, and life is better.
Life is better. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robin, for being on. You're awesome.
Thank you so much. You were a blast.
You'll be back. Thanks a lot. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Okay.